How are we doing? Bit of a different one for me because normally my videos are early in the morning when I first get up and walk out to the pond, but this one it's Saturday 26th of April and it's about, I'll go about off 6ish I think, so well sorry, the time is beer o'clock. Cheers. I've said this before and I'll say it again. Why does everybody who keeps a pond swap mugs when everybody who I see swapping a mug is a bloke? Not saying there ain't girls and ladies, women, or whatever you want to identify as, but you're all swapping mugs, but you're all blokes. Why aren't we swapping beer glasses? Thought. You got the old, just started the grill. Anyway, pond. So it's the pond. There's the pond. There's that. So since the last video, I don't know if I mentioned it, but the blanket weed was starting to come back. It was starting to look like sort of a kelp farm. Sort of, you could see it started, and then all of a sudden it started to come back strong. So what I did was I used some blanket answer. Was it blanket answer? But I only used quarter dose. So that was probably a good week and a half ago, if not touching 2 weeks now, to be honest. But I treated the pond, as I say, just a quarter dose, and it's done the trick, to be honest. So you know, to me, if you can get in there, give it a go, and be a little bit patient, you can get away with not giving a full dose. A lot of people swear by blanket answer, but there's also people out there that'll tell you that it's got coppery, which can harm your fish. I'm sure it's if you sort of like kick the arse out of the ratios and things like that, and over treat and what have you. But yeah, I used it on my previous pond, and it did the trick. So it's my go-to. I do use it, but I did have a fish with a deformed spine. It's got a kinked spine, so whether it was that or not, I don't know, but as I say, I was told by someone who I sort of I take his advice. How do you say it? I accept his advice and I'll take it. So he sort of said, look, you use it but be careful. So anyway, so yeah, so it's cleared it up. The other thing that I've done is, I did mention, I kept on saying I was going to do it. I have, can I get it in? Can I get it in? There it is. Can I? I'm working back to front, bear with me. Basically, I've bought a new skimmer. My previous skimmer was All Pond Solutions skimmer, and I've gone to the Oase Aqua Skin 40. I've got to say, dropped it in, hooked it up to the pump, and it's worked flawlessly. So I've got to say, I'm impressed with it so far. The other one, the All Pond Solutions one, it worked, but I would say you have to fiddle with it sometimes. Sometimes you have to keep lifting the outer sleeve, the actual floating sleeve. Sometimes you have to fiddle with it to get it to work. But yeah, it worked it fine. But this, just drop it in, boom, it works. and I'm pleased with it, and it's a proper drag on it, and it's working great. And I just need to check my chicken. Just turning the I've got a man down. I've had a sausage drop off. Sausages were for me anyway. So yeah, so really impressed with the Awaze Aqua Skin. That's the second beer anyway. So yeah, what else have we done? What else have we done? Oh yeah, so you know that we had the we lost a fish, disappeared, so we put it down to a heron. I've also realised I've lost another fish as well, which we had it was basically, it was like a comet with white fish with a red dot on his head. Looked like is it a tancho? Not sure. He looked like that, but he wasn't. He was basically a white goldfish with a red spot on his head. We had two. We called them Budget and Scarpa. We lost one in the skimmer, and the other one, he started to fatten up. We'd had him for about a couple of years, and it was just sort of start of this week, just noticed, oh, he's gone. So he must have gone to the heron as well. So the plan is the arbour, I'm going to have that, I think, extended over the pond, so I can put some tension wires across the start of the pond, and it'll give me more of a structure to put a canopy as well if I want. So I've got to ring the guy to do that. Fish are doing quite well. My Sankey has, excuse me, the Sankey, I think I have mentioned it before, he's got some problem with his mouth. Again, I think rather than bacterial problem, I think it might be part of this heron attack. He's the one who had what I call the broken wing, one of his fins last year. That's all cleared up, but he's got his problem with his mouth. So whether the herons try to peck at him and cut his mouth, but I've given him a couple of salt baths. He's feeding, he's swimming around, he appears happy. Whether it's like birds, you know, they'll appear fine, and when they don't appear fine, they fall off the perch. Whether fish are the same, I don't know, but yeah, the fish are feeding fine. They're getting hungrier now. The other thing we're getting onto is what I've now got back at home, and if I can spin you around, I can. I've got the tank here. So this is the tank for the project, and what I've done this weekend, today actually rather than this weekend, what I've done is I've cleared some room out in the filter shed, which is where this is going to go. So we've got a cut-out hole there. That's a 2-inch hole, and there's 2 holes down there that are, I'll say, if anything, they're under 1.5 inches. So my plan is feeding from one, and the other one can be, I'll put a bulkhead on with just a tap so I can drain if need be, and then the 2-inch will be the outlet. So what will happen is the feed from the skimmer comes out in, I'd say that's a 2-inch pipe over there, goes to a T-junction, and then to 2 1-inch pipes into the water blade. So my plan is take one of the 1-inch feeds off into the bottom of the tank, so that can then fill up, put a bulkhead on there, and if I can increase the size of the pipe on the 2 tails on the water blade, I will, but worst case scenario, it'll be a 1 inch pipe from there straight back into the water blade, which is behind all those bushes. So I'll have water in, 1 inch in, 1 inch out, and then I'll refeed my air pump, which is a Aqua 70, I believe, that feeds the bottom drain, aerated bottom drain. I'll divert the air from that into there with some media, and then that could be a moving bed filter. And what this has also got, I've just took it off today, is that is what came off the 2-inch hole. So that was an outlet. Now that has actually got a mesh filter inside it, and a hose tail actually fits onto the bottom of it, look. So that's a bit of a result. So if it works, great, but if not, and I've got to fit a new bulkhead and what have you, I will do. I just need to turn me sausages over a bit, and me chicken, and me beer. But apart from that, jobs are good. Job is a good one. Everybody's chilling out. Oh, here's Margot. Hello, Margot. Wildlife pond. We don't run the river all the time, but the wildlife pond, Koi Services, Perky, he fitted this for us 18 months, 2 years ago, which the wife wants to extend it to make it bigger, which, you know, told you so. We had frogs spawn in here last year, and then this afternoon we was watching and we counted about 11 frogs all basking in the sun today. So it has gone wild. It's a proper wildlife pond. It's great. The only thing we haven't got, spin your back, hello, the only thing we haven't seen is what I really want, is damselflies or dragonflies and things like that. So yeah, so that's it for this evening. I'm going to carry on grilling. I've also got some lamb chops on as well, but I'm doing those slow. Let's have a look how they're doing. Hold on. Yeah, just doing on the first side. Lovely. So yeah, so I had a new subscriber as well, and because I've just flicked my phone on, I really apologise. I meant to get your name and sorry, but I've had another subscriber, so I'm really chuffed with that. Thank you. What I might do is, if I get a chance tomorrow and I can do a bit of work in the filter house. So the filter house, if you didn't know, used to be an aviary, and so on the inside there's a lot of galvanized mesh in there, and to get that filtering, what I'm gonna have to do is, oh, you can't see, if I can come over here, I'm gonna have to take that wall out. So I'm gonna have to take that out and get it in through that side. Cut all the mesh out, get it in, and then I'll put the wall back in, sort of thing, when it's all hooked up and what have you. If my plan goes, if it goes to plan, what I'm planning on is I've cleared that out. If I can do some tomorrow, great, but if not, I might knock a day or two off work this week and try and get it done, and then next weekend I'm going to pop and get a load of all the fittings for that and try and get that done next weekend, at least with water running through, if not with the media in it, but at least running. Not sure if I can get the airline into it or not, because I'll need some more pipe, but if not, at least if I can get water running through it, I'll be happy with that. The airline and the media, I can drop that in. That's no hardship. What I might also do is, looking at it, is the pond, the electrics for this pond, and which is also the pump on the wildlife pond, and the lights are fed from direct from the house, then that side of the garden. But since I've had the pond in, I've got an outdoor feed on this side of the house. What I've done is I've run armoured cable up this side of the garden, so I've got into the bar, outside sockets over here, all the way around, and then into the main shed, that one there. So what I might do is to take some load off this breaker, because it's on separate breakers in the house. That's on the main house ring main, and that's on an outdoor breaker, and on an outside dedicated breaker. What I might do is extend the plug to the pond electrics from there into the main shed and run it from in there, so it's on the outdoor breaker rather than running from the house, and then that will be sort of less draw on it. Not that it's a great deal. I mean, we've got LED lights and a couple of, eco pumps, 3 eco pumps on it, so there's not a lot of load. But I was just it come to me that if that pond, if anything goes, if anything was going to go, it's going to be that side, not that side. That's all I was thinking. So yeah, that's it for now. 18 minutes already. My flat warm beer is getting warmer, and when you come from the Black Country, you drink flat warm beer. So yeah, I'll catch you later, and I will now go and tend to my grill. Cheers, guys.